How you doing, guys? Old lady fish here. I'm a bit under the weather right now. Both of my kids are sick, so I ended up getting a little sick. My wife was also sick, but I was a little bored. I wanted to make a video, kind of update you guys on the tank. Kind of rearranged everything, kind of dispersed the aggression. I wanted to talk about the cichlids I ended up picking up, or the vieja I picked up from Tangled up in Cichlids, Kevin. They've been doing great. They've put on some size already. The first one, I wanted to see, oh, here's one of them, the Regani. I think this one is the smaller one. There's two of them. It's already kind of getting some that green kind of sheen color on its cheeks and kind of a pinkish tail. There's two of them in here. They've been doing great. Everybody's kind of left them alone. They've had no problems. This one's always swimming with the other one. I don't know where the other one is at, actually. The second one, I ended up getting two of the Bridori. Yeah, they are. Those two are always rolling together. This one has, it's like kind of like a gray body. Has a lot of black. And then it has like a bluish sheen, but I know they get like a light, like a sky kind of pink once they get bigger. Things have a little bit of an attitude. They can hold their own. They do well. They're both of the Reganis. These two are always together. I'm hoping this one's a male on the right and the female on the left. So everybody kind of leaves them alone. And then the last one, the Salvini. This guy started very, very aggressively. I think now he's kind of found his place. He chases after people, but when he came in, he was the biggest one that came in from the shipment. He came in about like 3.5 inches. He's put on a little bit of size since then, but man, he had a temper when he first came in. But he likes hanging out in here. He does really well. Very, very bright colors. I was hoping he had a little bit more red. I'm hoping once he gets a little older, that'll come out. But with the rest of the tank, I could go ahead and continue to show you guys. So these are the first vieja I received from OC Cichlids. He ended up having a big batch, and then I had got one before, but I think I lost him to blow. I was feeding him some not as good food, but they've been doing fantastic. He had offered me a bunch of them for 20 bucks. I think he just wanted to get rid of them. I wish I took him up on that offer, but it's okay. I'll go ahead and pick some up in the future. Maybe from Cichlids of the Americas, get some different bloodline. But these things are doing fantastic. This guy's my biggest guy. He is about probably 6.5 inches. He's doing really well. Not overly aggressive. He's pretty mellow for the most part. Female, same thing. Female has some darker colors. She's doing great. She holds her own against everybody else. And I have these guys, the Argentia. I have two of these, and they're doing fantastic as well. Here's the other one. I know the tank is a little overstocked, but I think that's why it works. Kind of displaced aggression. The next one is the Bifasciatus, the Rio Chacamex. They've put on quite a bit of size. One of the local fish stores I go to, they still had a ton of the same ones, and they're way smaller. Here's the other one. It's starting to put on some more color now. You could kind of tell it kind of has like a bluish cheek. that was pretty cool. And they have, now they're starting to get that red color, and the yellow's turning into a little bit of a darker yellow. But they're looking really, really good. And I have this one. So I originally had one of the Amphilophus islanus. I had picked up from the Cichlid Dojo mat. Again, I lost him to bloat. He just stopped eating, and then his gut got inflamed, and he kind of hung out for about a week, and then ended up going. But then I saw this guy at one of the same local fish stores I go to, and I'm pretty sure it was in like one of the return tanks that normally doesn't have it. I recognize it right away. This fish, I've fallen in love with this fish. I think they have great colors. They have a lot of red and some blues. Sorry, the lighting's a little bad right now. But I would like to pick up a female, because the females have like yellow and red, and I think it'll work in the community. And then I have my two convicts. I think from what I thought the females were the ones that had the bright colors. But I don't know if the females grow the nuchal hump, but this one, the nuchal hump kind of popped out of nowhere. It was getting a little more aggressive. But they're doing great as well. My Jack Dempsey will be the slowest growing fish I have in here other than the loaches. But that one's doing great as well. I did lose two fish, kind of with everything that had happened. I ended up losing the Herictis depi. Unfortunately, I think that one as well got bloat because it just kind of stopped eating. It was doing fantastic. It ate really well, but unfortunately lost him. And I recently just lost Herictis carpensis, the blue Texas. That one was looking great. It was putting on some size. Was doing great in this tank. Again, I think it was a little too small. It was even smaller than the Jack Dempsey. And I think somebody took a bite at him, and it took a big chunk out of his gill plate, and it was starting to grow back, but I think he just had a really hard time breathing, and he ended up going as well. But there's quite a few of those fish that I would like to pick up again. I fell in love with the depi, and I definitely have to have a carpensis in this tank as well. So I'm going to be picking up hopefully a female red islanus from the Cichlid Dojo. Actually, all three of these fish. I would like to pick up another depi and another carpensis. I'm going to most likely grow out the fish down here. So down here I have the Panamensis. Same thing, this one that you see swimming here has put on quite a bit of size compared to the other one. Sorry, the glass is really dirty on this one. And then there is, I'm hoping, the female. You can see the size difference. Oh man, this one never comes out. And then here is my true green terror. I was gonna try the scientific name, but I forgot. I think it's the Endinocara stalsbergi, Endinonocara stalsbergi, or something like that. This one got beat up a little bit in the bigger tank, so I just put him back here. And I'm gonna grow him out here for quite a while, just to get some more size so it won't get picked on once he goes up to the top tank. It's funny because this one is about the same size as a smaller Regani, but the Regani's done great. This one's very, very skittish. I think Cichlid Dojo, he explains that in his videos, that his true green terrors are pretty skittish. They all kind of hang out in the corner. But other than that, here are the fish. They're doing great. And I'll let you guys enjoy a little bit more of the top tank. All right, guys, have a good night. Don't forget, pick up some more ladies, guys.